Every day, we are surrounded by a huge amount of information coming to us from different sources and in different forms, like newspapers, books, websites, magazines. New technologies are helping us in tidying up this information. They help us in organizing content, retrieving specific pieces of info, and in finding topics of our interest. However, websites, books, newspapers are only a very minor part of the information around us. Conversations, chats, conferences contain a huge amount of information that it is worth to be able to explore. What we want to do is extract information from conversation, and in particular, to understand when a topic is changing in the conversation. This can be easily done in text, where elements like the paragraph, the titles, and the content itself can help us. Texts usually are quite ordered and coherent. We tend to start a topic and finish the topic before starting another one. We tend to write in a somehow ordered way, with all the sentences having a structure. But when we speak, we are not so precise. Our conversations have a lot of broken sentences. We overlap our voices, and we tend to jump from one topic to the other because the interaction between participants is what is creating the topic. So for this reason, to understand when a topic is changing in a conversation is much more difficult. However, in conversation, there are other information that we can use in order to understand what is happening, when and how a topic is changing, for example. Those information are what we call social signals. Laughter, gestures, gazes are giving us a huge amount of information in understanding the structure of the discourse. Only analyzing content on one side and social signals on the other side, we can have a deep understanding of a conversation. Hence, we are able to make topic segmentation of the conversation itself. For doing this, in the Speech and Communication Lab, we can exploit high-level technology for recording participants in a more natural settings. The data that we collect have three streams: text, audio, and video. We then analyze the content with computational linguistic techniques, the speech with speech and prose technologies, and finally the video with video processing. We look at the conversation from all the possible angles. Only fusing this information together can really help us in understanding what is happening in the conversation. And once we know what is happening in the conversation, it's much easier to understand when a topic is changing and extracting information out of it.